What's up, everybody? Stephen J. On my way to work. It's 6:40 in the morning. I just want to make a comment about what's going on in Ferguson, Missouri, in reference to the shooting of Michael Brown. Sun's rising over to my east. It's basically a plea to the parents, all the parents in that area, and that plea is simple: get your kids. They are making the situation way worse. First of all, it seems like our only way to get in the news is for us to riot, burn down property that's in our own neighborhood, or destroy property. And I totally 100% in agreement with people that want to protest. Nothing wrong with that. You have your American right, First Amendment right to protest and speak about what's happening over there and what happened to Michael Brown. But it seems like after the protesters, and I saw this on the news, and the guy said there are peaceful protesters, which are like the adults, but then at night it's the kids, the teenagers that are doing everything. And it's like, I know it's summer, but these parents need to tell their kids. It's like they want them to get out there and get shot. Yeah, I've seen some video, no pictures, on Facebook saying who says rubber bullets don't hurt, and they show 4 people with holes in them, what looks like the impacts from the rubber bullets. Well, guess what? If you're out there doing wrong, get your butt in the house, because you're not bringing a positive message of concern. You're not bringing a message of, hey, we want this in the limelight. Get out there and everyday protest. We want the charges filed against the officer that shot. Basically, my take on it is, I'm still waiting for the truth. I don't like what the police did by releasing that video, because it's basically what they're trying to say is him being shot and killed is justified. You know what they say is 2 sides to every story, and in the middle there lies truth. On one side, it says that Michael Brown was being pulled into the police car by the police, and heard a shot, and he ran. The police made chase. A few witnesses says that they saw Michael Brown jerk as if he got hit. He turned around, and the policeman kept firing. I believe the autopsy report just came out, says that there was 6 bullets found inside of him, 2 in his head, 3 in his arm, maybe 4 in his arm, and they all were fired from the front. So my question to that is, how many bullets were in the officer's gun, and were they all empty? Was the casing empty? So it's possible the officer missed and one ricocheted and hit him or something like that. I don't know. The whole thing is tragic anyway. So my thing is, protest every day until the truth of what happened comes out. I don't know if there's a video. God, I wish there was a video, but I wish the police, all police cars, because we're in that day and time now, had cameras. We're in that day and time where our vests should have cameras as to what's going on. There was a murder here in the Central Florida area where a policeman was shot and killed, and these 2 teenagers wound up dead, and they said they committed suicide. Don't really know about that, but in reference to this Michael Brown case, my plea stands with the parents. Tell your kids to get in the house. Because in a positive light that we're trying to bring understanding to what's going on, they're ruining that. Gun sales are up. Why is gun sales up? Because our white brothers and sisters are afraid. Okay, they look back at what happened in Watts. They look back at what happened with Dr. King. Yeah, if there was any riot that there needed to be a riot and stuff like that, where, you know, there was civil unrest, I'm gonna say it's not justified, but I'm just saying, when Dr. King was shot and killed, yeah, that's up. Michael Brown, from what I understand, was not Dr. King, but it doesn't still give anyone the right to just go out, loot, break stuff, damage other people's property, and burn down properties and stuff like that, and throwing fireballs at the police that are in the area trying. There's a black officer who's trying. He God bless him, he is trying, but it seems like these youth, the kids, aren't giving him an opportunity. He's trying to find and he's making a plea, but I'm making a plea to the parents. Get your kids. Please get your kids. They're ruining. Instead of the news being on the protests, the news is on police had to shoot tear gas, because them throwing Molotov cocktails and them breaking and entering and shooting and stuff like that. That's not what I want to see. I think maybe the parents need to come out, if they have, I haven't seen it, and say, yo, chill with this. You're upset about Michael Brown being shot, but you're bringing the wrong light. You're putting the wrong light on this whole shooting, because everyone's focusing on the looting and stuff and all the dumb stuff that's happening at night versus the good stuff of the protesting to keep the pressure on the police officers and that police department to find out what happened that day. What happened that day? So I want to know what happened that day. The world wants to know what happened that day. But if the focus is constantly on the looting that night, we'll never know. So again, my plea to the parents: get your kids. Tell your kids to stop. I'm a parent, 41 years old. Wasn't alive in the 60s, but I saw about it. Saw it. It disgusts me even up until today when I see stuff like that. And another thing, yes, I am outraged that another black man has been shot and killed under suspicious circumstances by the police, when I do see, whereas a Caucasian man may get a benefit of doubt, and he may get a negotiator or someone to try to talk him down or stop or whatever, where it comes to African Americans, it's shoot first, ask questions later. In 2014, I'm not a cop, but I understand their plight, that you just don't know nowadays. You just don't know. But at the same time, you got to have constraint. You got to have constraint. You definitely want to protect yourself. But, I mean, when it comes to white versus black you shoot, white you talk. So, parents, get your kids. Get your kids until we find out the truth. And even after we find out the truth, that the officer was wrong in doing what he did, still, get your kids. Tell them that's not the way that you protest. Yeah, you be angry, but you be angry, you get signs. You be angry, you go online. You be angry, you get on social media. You be angry, you get in front of the news camera and express your displeasure. But breaking and entering, looting, burning down, stealing, robbing, shooting, and stuff like that, that's the wrong. We don't need that type of information in the news right now about this killing, about Ferguson. We need to find the truth. And right now, I'm afraid that this whole Michael Ferguson thing is going to get pushed in the back, because the focus is all on the looting. All on the looting. As an African American, as a black man, and the father of 4 black boys and 1 little girl, yeah, I am concerned. I am concerned. But at the same time, let's do it the right way. Protest. But all this other stuff has got to stop because you're putting the wrong message out there. And another thing, we want to be outraged because a white officer killed a black man. Guess what? We need to be 10 times as outraged when another black man kills another black man. Yes, too many white officers are killing too many black men. But guess what? It's more black men killing more black men more than any white officer is. And we need to be more upset yet. But yet when you go into your neighborhoods, nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to say anything, but everybody wants to have video and this, that, and the other when a white man kills it. No, let's do it for us. If we get this angry when another black person kills another black person, when it's unjustifiable shooting for no reason, senseless violence in your own neighborhood, that should outrage you. That should make you protest every week the violence. Again, if you protest that, I guarantee you it will stop or it will subside, at least some. So parents, get your kids. People of Ferguson, get your kids. I ask all the leaders like Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, Trayvon's parents, I think they were there, to get over there, just hold with Michael Brown for one day and talk to the parents of these kids that are out there doing something. It's like these parents don't care, like you can't control your child. No, you're the parent. Tell them to get in the house. Get on the porch, do something, but stop. That's all I got to say about that. This is Stephen J. I got to get in work. It's 6:53. Got to be in 7 minutes. Peace out. My prayers, I will say this, my heartfelt prayers go out to Michael Brown's family. Nobody should see their child laying in the street, number one, for that long. Laying dead, uncovered, and stuff like that. It was just insensitive. No parent should ever go through that. So my heartfelt prayers go out to them. My prayer is justice prevails. Peace reigns while justice prevails. I thank you right now. And for the what's going on in New York with Eric Gardner and California with Ezel. So that justice prevails, that whatever hidden comes to light. There is something. So again, that's what my prayer is. God bless you all.